So that was a harder challenge. It was definitely a harder challenge, but ultimately it started off like, where did we start versus where we ended, right? But it started off as a bit more of a gag character, and then it's like, nah. If we go any harder with this, it'll be Chuck Norris. So ultimately, we decided we're gonna chill it out a little bit, and make it straight. But effectively, so like the initial way of thinking about it was, hey, if we're talking about tropes and consistencies, something you're missing is characters that smoke. I'm like, nah, I got a character. Yeah, but like the whole aesthetic of the character is they smoke. Like One Piece, there's Sanji. In Hunter x Hunter, you have Morel or Morel. It's probably Morel, Mohrel, Morel. Probably that for Hunter x Hunter. Like Morel, he's a big on smoking. Even in Flash, you have your smokers. You got Wolverine being a big smoker for Marvel. You got, in all the big name stuff, there's a specific character, let alone a number of characters who like smoking is a part of their aesthetic. Where in One Piece you get introduced to Crocodile and Smoker himself. His name is Smoker. And if you couldn't put one and two together, he smokes 2 cigars at the same time. Not cigarettes, cigars. Big as Cubans could possibly ever be made. 2 of them at once. Got Akainu, the Admiral Akainu for One Piece. He's a cigar smoker too, right? So just like one trope was like, you need a. So 2023, 2024, 2-3 years ago, me and my buddy, I'm much less drunk than him, but him downing mead after mead was giving me criticism, talking about I need to get a smoke like aesthetic character. So you just started thinking about what kind of powers would you give this kind of smoke character. Don't make it too obvious, like Smoker from One Piece. Oh, his name is Smoker. He smokes 2 cigars at the same time. Of course he can control smoke and everything, right? Like, nah. I'd be like, that's 2 in your face, and it's already been done before, right? So, like, just don't make it too obvious. It doesn't have to do anything with smoking. But I'm like, I will. I will. I'll make a character whose entire name means it, right? And if not the name, his entire power. It's like, let's go with the power first. We can do the more blatant in your face, my name is Cigarette and my powers are cigarette related. You wouldn't know, right? But I'm like, okay, we can skimp on the name for now. But like, what does he do? What's his power? Cigarette related power, right? What cigarette related power can we fathom and think of? And it's like, there is this hole in the fan web novel sector where when you make like occupation style careers and changes for Awakening, it's like, oh, the main protagonist is always some freaking, and they're in a world where whatever job they transfer into, gosh forbid they transfer into something like a necromancer or a summoner, that is somehow the most underrated job in the. It's like, I don't care how you nerf a necromancer, and in certain reiterations of summoners, I can see how you can nerf that, but even then, it's like big a money pit. That is the biggest nerf you can do to a summoner, rather than just like necromancer specifically. Summoners, it's like, it's a money trap, because You gotta freaking spend. It's another branch of magic, and magic is always gonna cost a lot of money, right? And then you also have to take care of normally living entities when you're summoning them. So it's a money pit to feed and maintain your summoned creatures. If you're allowed to keep them long, because other summons, they just last a certain amount of time and they just go poof on you, right? But I'm like, hey, I digress, right? So it's like, what kind of thing are we gonna make this smoke-centered character go on about? Oh boy. But like, what are we gonna make this smoke-centered character? Like that was another trope. I'm like, well, we can make him the weakest kind of profession in there. Make him like a lifestyle occupation or something. Or better yet, just not give him one. Just make his occupation a commoner. But instead of making the commoner the most overpowered class, it's like, nope, you're just a commoner. You get +1 in every stat, while everyone else gets a +10 in all stats. It's like the weakest of auxiliary professions still get +5 to all their stats. You over here, you're a commoner, you get a +1, and leveling up is going to be hard because you have little to no attack capabilities. Right? It's like, dang, so what can I do? What's my talent? What's my superpower? Actually, you don't actually really have much of any power at all. But you have a talent for smoking. Yep. And this talent says that you can pretty much know how to do anything in order to smoke. So in the name of smoking, any potential what's it called? Yellow and red tape, that don't exist for you. See, like I say, there's a cigarette at the top of that skyscraper. And for the next 30 minutes, if you can figure out how to get it, that cigarette is yours. So long as you genuinely make it your goal to get to that cigar randomly placed on the top of the skyscraper, the system will help activate and be like, this is exactly what you gotta do to get there in 28 minutes and lay claim to that cigar. And then with whatever lighter in your pocket, that'll give you 1 minute 30 seconds to smoke it. Okay? So the name of the cigars and smoke is like, okay. That kind of sounds overpowered, but at the same time, who's gonna think to use it like that? No one. Exactly, right? So he's just gonna go most of this guy's life just smoking cigars, because to him that's his only means of enjoying life, kind of. He's just this random old guy, or rather a random teenager, because he's just awakened, and he's better yet, he's anti-drug, anti-alcohol, anti all the things, and he gets he just make him the guy who awakens the power to indulge and smoke cigars, right? It's the easiest and cheapest of the don't do it, right? So he basically makes it his whole life thing to try and enjoy the various kinds of cigars, because living for something is better than nothing, right? I can't change my system skill panel or anything, so it's like, screw it. This is the blessing the great Millenia system gave me. I'll see it through, right? So he goes wandering, trying to experience the different types of cigarettes and cigars, And he comes to the conclusion and realizes in stuff like this, I really can. So actually, I don't have to be weak because the system's going to imbue me with power to basically be overpowered. Oh, hell yeah, I could do it. Right? And that's his backstory. But the way I wanted to introduce him into the strip was there's this room full of high echelon people, right? And he's just this antagonizing figure in the room who's annoying a few people. It's like they're all sitting at the round table there and everything, but you just have him all the way in the corner. Pulls out a new one. It looks nothing like that. I'm just being exaggerated. Theater! It's Theater Thursday. I'm being dramatic. Don't take offense. But our guy is just smoking in a corner. It's like, I don't want to be here. I'm forced to be here, so you're going to forcefully suffer in this room with me. Right? He's not even paying attention at all. God forbid he has headphones on, so he can't hear anything you guys are saying if you want to, because he's in the middle of trying to enjoy a cigarette. Right? So keep in mind, his ability is nothing can stop you from enjoying a cigarette, and anything is possible in pursuit of cigarettes. That's his whole shtick that he's come to a full understanding of, right? And I just picture some speedster, right, is also in this meeting, and he wants to speed blitz our guy with a cigarette in the corner, smoking a cigarette I hate the smell of smoke. I'm not going to tolerate this no longer. I'm going to steal a cigarette and no one will be none the wiser, right? I'm going to do it real quick. They're going to figure it out it's me when they don't even see a shadow of the person who stole his cigarette. But I want to see the look on his face when he tries to smoke again and there isn't a freaking cigarette there. Right? So, our guy in the corner, he's smoking a cigarette. And the speedster is like, yeah, I'm sick of this guy. I got a cigarette. Tucks it in his pocket. Or just holds it in his hand to try and be less suspicious after just running over there and stealing his cigarette out of his mouth. He's like, yeah, I think I'll be record time. Just looks over, sees that man unfaltered with a cigarette still in his hand. I'm gonna wait for that. Oh, I must have left an after image of the cigarette. I was so fast. And you see him suck in and see him exhale. Nope, he's still smoking. When the hell did he get... Looks in his pocket. Nope, I got a cigarette all right. When the hell did he... Let me do this again. Look around the room. Make sure no one's focusing on me or anything. I just do a quick little... And I'm back. Look away, look away, look away. Look back over there. What? How does he have another cigarette? I'm gonna check his whole person. Take any pack of cigarettes away from him. Look around, look around, look around. Zoop! Grabs the whole pack of cigarettes out of his back pocket and the cigarette from his mouth because he wants him to stop smoking. Gets back in spot. Let's look at him over there. Right? And he's like, what in the frickety fuck? Like, I gotta stay calm on the outside, stay calm on the outside. But inside, what the hell, man? Where does he keep getting cigarettes from? How? How is it possible? There's no way that this unknown, unnamed figure in this meeting, I'm gonna have to do it one last freaking time. So he looks around the room, checks one time. He looks over there at the smoker real quick, and he sees him smoking. And he's like, is he staring at me? And when he exhales, in the cloud of smoke, you see the word yes. Right as you're thinking, is he staring at me? You see the smoker with the smoke he just exhaled do a cigarette trick and say, yes, yes, I am staring at you. Just in case you were wondering, don't question it. I want to see how many times you want to try. Right? So I introduce him like this, and the moment he does that, everyone around is like, oh, you think we should go to war with this nation? I mean, I was opposed to it. I'm a part of the faction who opposes the war, but so long as you're agreeing to participating in the war, Mr. Cigarette Man, we can talk it over. We can talk. Honestly, we can change a few things. So now more people in the room are looking to him like, that's the first word he said all meeting. But again, this speedster, who probably didn't pay attention to actually read the full memo and understand what's going on either, he's like, who is this unknown figure? Meanwhile, everyone else in the room very much knows who this man is. But this cocky little don't know shish speedster is just gonna be so hung up on stupid that he's about to lose his life real easy. Real easy, right? And all the speedster knows and can figure out and realize is, with the more people looking at Mr. Sir Smokes a Lot, is, you know what, I'm fast enough to take that man's cigarette from him in front of everybody. I'ma do it. Because at this point, he's being disrespectful. And I want to see what he thinks he can do about me stealing his cigarette. He can't stop me from stealing his cigarette now, can he? Can he? Did he just say the word yes again in a cloud of smoke? I'm going to fuck him up. You know what? I'm going to do it. My mind is too foggy and enraged to notice that he's reading my mind right now, okay? I'm going to steal his cigarette from him. So, of course, speedster in small temper, speedster fashion, is ready to zip over there, take his cigarette, crush it up, throw it out, and put himself right back in the spot, right? Gonna run, so I guess he of course he does it, right? So he runs over there, grabs the cigarette, and is now holding it just like this. Be like, yeah, and what you gonna do about it, right? Unlike any time before, he's not looking around, he's staring right at him. And it's like, yeah, I see you do nothing because you couldn't do nothing about it. I was staring at you this whole time, and you did nothing. And that's why I have your cigarette, and there is no cigarette in your... Why is there another cigarette in your mouth? I was staring at you this whole time. Where'd that extra cigarette come from? Right? And then you just get like the slow-mo. You just get the slow-mo edition of what the hell just happened. I was watching you this whole time. Just frame by frame. See him emoting and just doing a dance, hit the quan, doing the whipping nay, stealing the cigar, and running back to spot, all in the time it takes for everyone to blink. In the time it took everyone to blink, he did all that and landed back in his spot and was holding the cigarette like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But if you slowed it down even further, our man's was still smoking at a consistent rate, frame by frame, as if it was playing normal speed. You slowing down time to do your little speedster run had no bearing on him and his ability to smoke. Because again, nothing can stop you from enjoying a smoke, and anything is possible in the pursuit of a cigarette. Right? Meaning, you and your speedster ability to slow down time is not going to slow down my ability to smoke this freaking cigarette. And you taking my cigarette has no bearing on whether or not I'll be able to obtain a new cigarette. Okay? At all. At all. So where you think you had the momentary opportunity to take my cigarette, also gave me the equal opportunity to do something more ridiculous in order to get another one. So, right, you're moving at the speed of light, saying how you were able to move faster than people's minds could process the fact that you moved. Yeah, you're moving at the speed of light. Cool, congratulations, Mr. Subspeed of Light or whatever. Congratulations, you could move that fast. But you know, if you slow down the reel a little bit further, you might just see the moment when I took out an extra cigarette because I saw you were less than a fraction of a millimeter away from touching the one that was in my mouth, right? If you put the slow down by 100 times next side by side one another, and the increment of frame that it took you to go from here to there to take the cigarette, I had gone from staunch and stoic to doing motions like this to make sure the moment you took that cigarette out, I'd have another one in and my hand down before you even get to notice that any change was made. So you're speed blitzing them and I'm speed blitzing you in the name of a cigarette, because nothing's an impossible feat in pursuit of this cigarette. You took that cigarette in pursuit of putting the next cigarette in my mouth. Nothing's impossible. And in the name of pure ignorant bliss, I will never, there's no situation that'll stop me from enjoying my cigarette. So like, if you think your speed is good enough to stop me, the great Millenia system is going to stop whatever that is. I could be dying to death, cancer, syphilis, STD, all the AIDS, right? None of that, not even paralysis, is going to stop me from being able to enjoy a cigarette. Give me another piece. Right? Nothing on God's green or beyond can stop this man from enjoying a cigarette. And in the same vein, nothing is impossible in pursuit of this cigarette. So like, oh, you promised to get me a new cigarette if I do this? Yeah, it's an impossible thing. Yep. Psh, did you just crush a black hole with your hand? Nothing's impossible. Give me my cigarette. Nothing's impossible. Give me my cigarette. I was able to crush the cigarette. I was able to crush that black hole the size of a basketball because you were promising a cigarette. Give me it or I'm going to turn you into one. What? Give me my cigarette or I'm going to turn you into one. Go ahead, give him a cigarette. I don't see how that's freaking possible. I would like another one. What do you mean? You promised me all the cigarettes I could want. Are you trying to cut back on the promise? I meant like only one cigarette or a pack at best. But I'm only giving you one cigarette because I really don't believe. So you trying to Indian give me right now? You promised one thing and you're fulfilling another. Hey man, no one likes an Indian giver. Give me my satisfactory amount of cigarettes. No. Okay. I'ma just turn you into like you said that already? But I don't think I understand what that means. That means you're now a cigarette. What do you... And that's what we call smoking the dead homies. You just... Nothing's impossible, right? Smoked. So, knowing that about his background, you could just assume any and every one of these cigarettes he has quite literally possibly has somebody's name on it, because these are all people. Let alone when you go to realize that it's also part of his backstory that he's a bounty hunter and a mercenary, and he'll just sometimes write the names of his targets on a cigarette just so he knows I'm not allowed to smoke this cigarette until the target's dead, right? Because that's how he loopholes the system. It's like, this cigar is named Bill from Accounting. Until Bill from Accounting is gone, I'm not gonna be able to smoke this cigarette. In the pursuit of a cigarette, nothing is impossible and everything is possible. So I'm going to pursue this cigarette, meaning I have to smoke Bob from Accounting in order to smoke it. So I gotta smoke and turn you into a dead homie. Rachel from the Baychel. Rachel from the Bay, you are a glorious smoke. Some might even say a smoking hot babe. Right? So, this character, his main theme is smoking. I still don't believe giving him a smoke identifying name is something I like. Maybe just because I haven't heard of a name for smoking that I like yet. But overall, it's like, nah. They're probably gonna have like a more normal name like Joe. So, but yeah, it was definitely one of the more harder things with that character to work out. Just like his whole storyline, or at least where to put him in the storyline, if at all. It was definitely a harder choice to be like, nah, I honestly don't really have a place to put him. Because you can always do the default and throw this random badass character into the endless war. But that would just be disingenuous. He's a bounty hunter and a mercenary. Putting him in a position where he's going to be on the endless war front, even if you don't know anything about the endless yet. From my authorial perspective, putting that particular character, it just doesn't match the character design or the aesthetic I have in mind for this character. So the endless war front is just like not really possible and plausible for this character, even if it's my like personal general style to be like, yep, I don't know where to put him. Throw him at the endless. It's like, no, this is a character who probably can't be thrown in that direction just because the character style and the archetype, it doesn't match the appeal I have for him. So figuring out where to put my smoke character was probably the hardest thing. It really was. But other than that, it's like the other things about him, some of it was hard, but it was never that majorly. But yeah, just having this personal encounter with a speedster and being like, oh yeah, man, you speed beats me? No, I speed blitz you. Matter of fact, I want you to look at the name on that cigarette. Yeah, it has me, my brother, my mother, and my father's name on it. Hey, who are you to know how, and why are you smoking this cigarette? Why are you smoking a cigarette with my name, my mother's name, my brother's name? Oh, is that my best friend Tommy? That's the name of someone I met yesterday. Hey, why do all these cigarettes have names of people I know and love on them? Why does these cigarettes have the names of people I know and love? It's like if you were to slow the time down a little bit, frame by frame, and then the frame by frame, in order to understand, this man was writing names on it as you were trying to steal the cigarette, looking down at you like, oh, he's trying again. Oh, he's trying again. I'm gonna just start writing his fat people's name on there. I want to see how long it takes him to notice. Because he must not be actually messing with me. I know he didn't mean to do it with me. He better not have. I know he's not. He better not. Right? And it is nothing but absolute comedy to give this kind of aesthetic to the character, give that much more color into the scenes and situations. Like, oh my, why didn't you warn me that a guy like this? It was in the memo. You just had to read the memo. You know I don't like reading. Why would you give me a fat old 10-page memo? Because if I didn't, you'd have to read through 10,000 pages, and you'd know even less, right? The memo, you were supposed to read it. It's only 10 pages, and it's in size 48 font. I don't know what else I could possibly do for you, speedster. But hey, I digress. Me, man, woman, child, spirit, creature, or demon, be ye a native migrator, maybe even invader, welcome to the realm. And this has been my Theatrical Thursday with my cigarette guy. And why I love him. Hey, that's just me, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you feel like it. By all means, peace, love, happiness, and all of the very best of things to you. My cigarette man is the greatest in the world. Bye-bye.